Alright, hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Calculated Chaos. I'm here with Dara Tah, Thomas Arnold, he's here somewhere.
He's in the background coming in.
Bring in Freddos, bring in you.
I actually got a Twix, man.
Alright, and Emilia Nordwind. So basically, the whole method of this podcast is just us having a general chat, kind of just how we're all.
Yes, buddy.
We all make YouTube videos, all creators and stuff. So yeah, so I'm gonna start off with Thomas.
Please.
So just give a little intro on who you are and what you do and why you started.
Great, okay, what's up? I'm Thomas Arnold, 21 years old. Been making YouTube videos since I was 12, but only consistently for 3 years when I chose to start documenting my college process. So initially, for my CAO, I got like my 5th preference. I went and did genetics in DCU, hated it, and then decided, fuck it, I'm going to work for a bit, and then reapplied to the CAO. So ended up doing commerce in UCD, and that's what I've done for 3 years. I'm on internship now, and yeah, I've been vlogging for like almost 3 years, so
yeah.
Love making videos, man.
And Dara, you give your intro, you just kind of give a little background of who you are and what
Sure, yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah,
So I've been making, I suppose, videos on my YouTube channel for about 2 years. I think me and Tom actually started off very similarly in that we were kind of vlogging. I don't know, I've kind of moved into a more commentary style YouTube channel, which seems to do well. So there's been sort of a natural evolution into from going from like trying to record your day and trying to make it interesting to have like, I don't know, doing some sort of commentary on like internet culture.
Yeah. Like, it was interesting when Dara and I first met. Like there was a point in time when Casey Neistat was blowing up that vlogging was something that everybody wanted to do. So you get people DMing you and they'd be like, yo, I want to do vlog every day in June, like Vloon, because I think it'll blow up.
I've never heard Vloon, but
it's a famous little series. It'll like blow up my channel. Or like, you know, the Vlogmas. A lot of people do that.
Vlogmas,
Yeah.
I know that.
Vloon doesn't really Vloo lie. Vlogust. But as time has gone on, obviously there's been different trends on YouTube and stuff. So even Dara and I were saying maybe a year and a half ago, there was like a big emphasis on trends. Yeah. So like the floor is lava was one. Never do something at 3 AM. Do you remember those?
Yeah. So there's loads of activity-based trends. Is what you're kind of saying.
And then trends died for a bit.
Yeah. And in terms of activity-based trends, but there's other trends that were way more suited for people who just talk.
Like what?
As in people.
Like iNabber.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, someone coming up like. Everyone's talking about that Tekashi 6ix9ine guy. Everyone's talking about Lil Tay. Everyone's talking about all that. So that kind of didn't lend itself to like the activity-based guys. So it was kind of interesting how.
What do you mean by activity-based though?
So like vloggers who were saying like each video idea has something to do with a situation that they're about to put themselves into and has nothing to do with talking about some other situation, if you get me.
Or
Does that make sense?
Yeah, or the person themselves, like Tekashi 6ix9ine as well, is just fucking ridiculous looking. Like with like face tats and Just the rise of Lil Xan as well. But like Lil Xan's music now is fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
So, you know, even with we're more moving into the mumble rap realm now, but yeah,
that was still a huge trend was mumble rappers.
Yeah, and I think
just
that's
to even talk about.
I think since Kamikaze, I'm only doing this because I'm a big Eminem fan. But since Kamikaze was released. And he actively shat on mumble rappers. Yeah. And then Logic.
He called Machine Gun Kelly a mumble rapper.
Yeah. Oh, there's a great line in it. What is this like? How can you call yourself after a machine gun when you wear a man bun?
Yeah.
So fucking good. But when he was. It was interesting how, like, even I liked a bit of Lil Pump. Like, there was a...
Oh, I still listen to Lil Pump.
No, but there's a catchiness to his music.
Oh, he's a genius. Even though
I don't think he's a fucking genius.
No.
I think his producers are geniuses.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a genius. He's fucking drinking lean, like. I don't think anybody who's drinking lean can be really smart.
No, he was producing himself when he was like 16, 17. He came up himself before the producers got on the scene. He is a genius.
Like D-Rose, not. He went to Harvard!
He went to Harvard.
And then got face tattoos and changed his career.
Yeah.
But like, he knows how to market himself. He really knew how to market himself. And he distilled music, and especially the way it was going. Like, I don't know, you know, how like, let's say Ed Sheeran. You know how Ed Sheeran blew up, and he was kind of like, it's almost like folk rap. And what would happen with Ed Sheeran is you'd have these like little hooks the music was always just like a repetitive hook. Okay, there wasn't too much to do with like verse, pre-chorus, chorus. It's always just like
Hook,
it's
rehashed hook.
It's like hook, 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 hook the whole way through. And then Lil Pump started doing that, but
Shortened
it down. So he's a fucking genius.
And did Lil Pump, did he get face tattoos before he blew up? As in, because I know it's became a bit of a trend, like, you know, Post Malone has it, Lil Pump has it, you know, as in it's a bit of a trend. Did he get his face tattoos a while back and he came in with that, or did he kind of get them to come in on the trend?
Sure, Dara did Lil Pump's first tattoos, didn't he?
Yeah.
Dara's a secret tattoo artist.
I have no idea, man.
I've no idea.
I'm not that big of a fan.
Yeah, actually, sorry, I would let Emilia do her intro as well. You kind of went on, I was like, okay, I'll listen. What happened?
I'm sure you're recording. Yeah, okay, we're good.
Well, I'm 17, I live in Dublin, and I've been doing YouTube for about a year and a bit now.
Yeah. How's it going? What have been your biggest struggles?
Just editing and making videos on time.
Oh,
It
consistency.
takes me like a month to edit one video.
Yeah, we made it once and it finally came out and I went, finally! So you didn't answer that vlog. I was like, so part 2 is going to be in another month's time?
Yeah. Oh shit, I just recognized you now.
Really?
Yeah, you did a video with Gary Muscarelli?
No, I did a video with Gary
Oh, okay. Alright.
Dara does look like a girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do interview stuff? Where you're going around interviewing the public at
No.
one point? No, okay. No, different person.
Well, this got very...
Tell us what you do because I don't
I
know your
just
channel.
vlog and do travel videos and stuff like that.
That is an answer that everybody says,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, but I don't really have a theme, I just make
I am
videos
who I am.
about things
Yeah.
I do.
Then again, I don't either.
No,
I don't think I have a team. You know what I mean? Like if someone say, what do you do? Oh, I made a video about Halloween there. So you're a Halloween guy? No. I make video. I snuck into places. So you're a sneaking in guy? No. I am Thomas Arnold. That's very.
It's a bad answer though.
Yeah,
Isn't it? It's a
yeah.
really bad answer. You would be able to. It'd be great if everyone could just say, "No, this is exactly what." I
Yeah.
am. Because that makes you kind of shareable itself.
Yeah.
So that everyone can just say, "Oh, you know, Dara's the guy who does this."
Yeah.
And it's just one sentence and easy to say. You know?
But you can hardly be like, I'm funny. Like, just be like an arrogant thing. And
No,
B,
but
like,
I would say about you would be, you kind of turn reality into a sketch. So there's something there with you. You always tend to do these like over exaggerated sketches and build them into your videos. So there's something there with like Thomas makes vlogs, but he like
I like to make
turns
stuff
them
a bit of a utopia.
unreality.
anyway.
Almost, yeah.
That's what I loved about UCD. I'll let you ask your question.
Yeah,
I loved making, and I like that during the whole. If I was to define my YouTube career, the bit where I began vlogging, and basically where would I end it? Probably at the end of like the Galway vlog in second year. That whole sort of era was like, I guess, documenting college, but also I had a good point and I completely forgot it. This wasn't a theme, but it was a byproduct of the videos. Is that I made UCD look. I'm making them choke. I made UCD look great.
Yeah.
Like a college where you'd love to go to. So I get a lot of foreign students from America being like, "Oh, I'd love to go to UCD," or "Ireland looks great," or people who didn't go to college and be like, "I miss." I know, it's so funny, isn't it? I miss not going to college because this actually looks great. It doesn't look shit.
Yeah.
So.
I know what your point was. It was the whole utopia thing.
Yeah,
You like to move take something in reality and just like turn it into this nice.
Like I love
presentable
beautiful things. Like I love videos that have me transfixed for a certain amount of time, or I love people who are able to just create a fantasy world, a bit like a child.
Yeah. That's what you do. I think it's great
Escapism,
fantasy.
as in like everyone, that's the reason people go to YouTube is for escapism. It's get away from the reality and go to something like that you create online, you know, that we all create, you know, videos online. But one thing I want to say this on camera because I said it to you personally, but I text Thomas when I had 17 subscribers. He came down. Actually, first I watched this video where you filmed for Rob Lipset, and you said about the thing is just text someone. If you think, you know, if you ever want to get something on YouTube or anything, just give them a text. You know, kind of communicate. Don't be afraid of a no, because the worst thing they can say is no. And I text you with 17 subscribers. Like, can we do a collaboration because you're down in Galway? I think it was at the end of second year for your UCD.
Yeah.
And you went, yeah, no bother. There's no issue. I was not expecting a yes. And unfortunately, I couldn't do it because I had my 5th year exams. I'm only in 6th year. And I
Good
was
boy now.
yeah. And I will never forget that you ever did that, because like that comes back to the whole, I think the one message Sean Tracy's really pushing is the whole hashtag no small creator. You know, I think that was really good, and I think you instilled that, the fact that like, because like I feel like a lot of other creators are like, no, you only 17 subs, no point. You know, like it doesn't do anything for you. You weren't looking at it from an advantage of it's going to do you any good, but you kind of like, no bother. You know.
Yeah. But like now I'd have that same. So like that whole thought process, not my thought process, but the thought process of how can I get something from this, from a YouTube perspective, is like, well, look, if we don't have similar amount of subs, the transaction of the video doesn't make as much sense, because if I have like no subscribers and you have loads and you make a video with me, like why would people go to your channel if they see you have 200 subs, if that makes sense, and I have like whatever 9k. But I think what makes more sense from a collaborative point of view is I'm happy to make a video with anybody if you come to me with an idea that we can work together
and execute on.
So if you're like, Tom, I can act. So here's an example, right? I'll do this in case somebody actually watches this and they want to do it. So it's coming up to winter, right? So if you were to send me a DM and say, Thomas, I have a Christmas video idea. Number one, that's good because I'm doing Christmas videos. Number two, I can act. That's brilliant. I always need people who can act. So I don't give a shit that you want to make a video. I want to know that you can add value to my video and me to your video. You know what I mean? And then number three, if you were to say, I'm going to go to you, so you're not going to be incumbent on my time. Not that I'm very busy, but I am very busy, because like everybody's busy. Like I have a 9 to 5 now, so like Dara and I make loads of videos now because A, we're close to each other, but B, it's like the only time I have. I don't have time to like go to Cian or Cal only at the weekends. So a lot of this stuff is and I've learned that from my internship as well. None of it is ever personal. It's all incumbent on time, energy, and the value you can give to them.
Of course,
but that's not something I'd expect any kid to understand. You know, I only know it now that I'm a little bit older.
Right.
You know. So if someone's DMing me and they're like, I'd love to make a video with you. Yeah, I would love to too, but I don't have time to make up. Like, if
it's just, what are you bringing to the table?
Yeah.
You know, because if you're bringing nothing to the table, then you're making me do all the work for what?
Yeah. And if you're like shit at acting and I record you, I'll still record you, but I'm not going to include it. Not because you're bad, but because the video to me is like clinical and objective. It's what gives them the biggest laugh.
Yeah, of course.
So if you're in my video and I think you're gas, but it doesn't flow with the video and they're not going to like it, I'm not going to include it.
Yeah. That's your video at the end of the day, so you can include whatever you want. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because what like the reason this happened, obviously, because me and Emilia are a lot smaller creators, but we made this convenient for the two of you, as in there was no, you didn't have to go to your way, you were at home, this is Thomas's house, we came to them.
YouTube live.
I was just dropping over a camera.
And now he's in the podcast.
Why not?
But yeah, like I went out of my way, even when you were in Galway, I went to you, because I knew you were in Galway. I was like, okay, you might have a bit of spare time. I text you, and then we spent the day together just having a chat. It was good, because I like to pick your mind, you pick your brain and whatever, because with videography and everything, because I'm still learning, I have no jack shit about videography or making videos or anything, but because I actually came to you because I was concerned that I hadn't found a niche yet on YouTube. I was like, what am I doing?
Everyone, like, that's the struggle with,
that's what everybody says.
Yeah.
They're either like, how do I make
30,000, 50,000, even 100,000, you could still be struggling with your niche, I think.
Yeah, because what Thomas said is build your own personal brand, build your name. You know, so when when something comes out, you know, like as in like let's say Rob Lipset for example, any video, I know it's kind of fitness based, but he now does travel vlogs. You know, it's more incumbent on his entire life instead of it started as a fitness channel, pure fitness, and now he's moved into more. Look at me, I'm traveling here, and look, I'm partying here, you know, kind of, people are interested in his life, you know.
But obviously that is incredibly hard to do. Because there's very few creators like that, like on YouTube, that people are really invested in their lives.
Of course.
So you have to give them something else.
Yeah.
But like, even with that, you have to, like, Rob has been, I think, he could have been, this past year anyway, he could have been a lot smarter with his content.
Yeah.
But like, he has been semi-smart with it. Like, he's done the McGregor video when the Khabib fight was coming out. I think it's Habib, not anyway.
Habib.
Habib, from Dagestan. He's done the Habib video. He did like a McGregor video when he went to Vegas.
Yeah, it was really good. That blew up.
Did like a clickbaity one with Caroline O'Mahony. So I think there's overemphasis as a small, and I'm still a small creator. Like, that's what I define myself. There's an overemphasis when you're beginning that you have to find a niche.
Yeah.
I think you should overemphasis on growth.
Okay.
What grows your channel?
Yeah.
What are the trends? What are potential viral videos? And like when Dara and I first met 18 months ago, he said to me, this was basically the peak of my, the first part of my YouTube career was defined by consistency and keeping within a certain niche. But it was a small pocket of people, and Dara said, would you ever think of faking a video to get more views? And at the time I was like, that would compromise my integrity. But what he meant was, would you ever, like, fake doesn't, there's two types of fake, and we had this chat last night. There's a fake that when you click on it your expectations are lowered, and there's a fake in which your expectations are exceeded. So if I tell you, you click on my video becoming president of Ireland and you see that I'm tricking you into thinking I'm on the ballot box, that's one thing. But when I bring you into this story of a guy who is obviously not really going for presidency,
it's this world again. It's that kind of world building that you do.
You go into this imaginary world that you sort of love and enjoy, and
yet it's still based in reality. You know, it's kind of cool. Like you're going around to all the public and asking them, like, you know, say I'm running for president, and it's like their reactions, and it's kind of almost seeing, right, I'm making this fantasy story where I'm a person who's running for presidency. Now let's see how the public literally react to that and kind of fool them. So it's kind of like the viewers are in on the action as well. Because they know it's a lot of shit.
And that's I think one of the core things about personal brands. It's like, how can we pick up this entity and drop them in different situations and see how they react with what we know is the real world? So for example, Anto, which is Cian's character, like, so Anto's very funny when he's interviewing people. What's Anto like when he's trying to pick up girls? What's Anto like when he's shopping for presents for his mum at Christmas? What's he like when he had his first kiss? And we're just very interested in the character and how they sort of make us feel. I'm gonna make sure this is recording too.
Found him at 400. Is it on now? Is it?
Yeah.
So top of niches. I found Due Fortune at 400 subs when he was still only doing vlogs and stuff. And then he started doing reaction videos to music, and he grew in the last 4 months from about 400 subs up to 9,500. He found a niche, and he became good. You know, because he used to do, before that. If you look before that, he used to do vlogs and kind of just him traveling around and stuff. And then he started doing reactions, and reactions only to music. And then his channel just, you know, took off. As in, like, it was a real exponential growth after that, you know.
It was that niche that he found.
Yeah, exactly. He found his
funny
niche.
how everyone does kind of start off with the, vlogging and travelling around.
Exactly,
you know,
and he did that.
And then, well, then you just stumble on, you're, like, testing. You have to experiment so much, and then you experiment and you just hit on something that, like, just seems to work. It's like, why not reiterate on that?
So, of course,
But Jerusalem from a pure... No, we can be clinical here because this is not a fucking video. Like, it's a podcast, you know what I mean?
Sure,
But, like... from a clinical business point of view, there's one main reason why Drew's channel is blown up. It's because he's making videos based on titles that are already going viral.
I get you.
He's able to connect to trends really easily.
Exactly.
Song goes on trend, and he puts the name of, you know, the song name, artist, and then reaction afterwards. So it's gonna gonna pull in. I get you.
And like, there's been so many, and I don't know how long I've been following Drew, but well, actually, if Drew watches this, I'll say this. But when I had the shittest point of my entire YouTube experience was when I was in Japan and views were like plummeting down.
I remember you watching the video.
And like Drew did this really long comment. He was like, I don't know, it was just very supportive, and it was something along the lines of, what I took from it anyway was, you've got to just iterate and change and try new stuff. And then after that, like, I did EP, I did Longitude, I did, like, all that stuff worked really well.
It went straight from, like,
the worst to the best.
Worst to the best. Like in a week, man.
It's crazy. So, like, Drew's channel's blown up, but now he actually has, like, a proper fucking fan base, like, and it's sort of really cool. Fair play to him. He's a grinder, like, he's a fucking... But it's also interesting as well, like, his particular niche is one in which you can always, like, make content quickly and stuff like that.
You can do it in a day,
what we're doing now, we're sort of relying on events to take place. And every video I put up now, they're bets on search traffic,
of course, and
virality, whereas his ones are more sort of like bets you'd understand because they're videos that have already been successful. Whereas sometimes we can sort of pick stuff out of the blue that we'd hope would be, like the Krispy Kreme thing was a bet on search traffic, and it worked. But like for every one of those, there's a load of them that don't work. So
A lot of people banked off that Krispy Kreme though. I saw a good few people going in, doing it, you know, just like buying them and sticking them in their title. I went,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
It's even smaller creators just banking off that because it was winning at the time. Like you did it and it did well.
Something that's in the news, like all the media outlets are chatting about.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a media storm.
There was, but there was
Ireland.
a reason why. So it did well overnight, but then so I posted on a Sunday. The Tuesday, that was the day that they stopped it being 24 hours, and it became from 6 a.m. to 11:30. So my thought process behind that, it blew up to like 30k overnight, was because, everybody was searching it on YouTube, and they wanted to know about it, and then mine just happened to rise to the top of the trend.
So yours is ranked. Yours is probably ranked the best in Ireland.
In Ireland,
Yeah.
Because like it's so funny, as in like, because my best video ever got 6,500 views. It was my Lurgan video. I went to Closh Lurgan and I filmed us there, I started filming and just told everyone I had permission to do it, and then I showed the owner and he was like, yeah, film whatever you want. So like, I reverse engineered it.
That was actually really good.
I reverse engineered it, and that, because what I did was I built the hype, because the owner got me to show the clip. I had 3 minutes done before I finished, and I showed it to everyone. So that was 600 people in a room watching it with me. So then when they went home, I was like, okay, it's going to be finished in the next couple of weeks, and I had it out like pretty quick. It's like a 10-minute video, and that just took off. Like my analytics, like everything's just skyrocketed. And then the next day, Lurgan shared it.
Yeah.
And then that just went again, you know, it just went, And then like it was still getting a few hundred views a day for weeks afterwards. It was it was really weird. There's nothing had ever for me taken off like that. But I really find I've gone into the analytics. I'm really kind of numbers guy, like numbers and looking at that. And it was saying that like people search Gaeltacht all the time, as in it's really And I think a lot of my audience from going to Lurgan and I've only started making videos in May, so like a lot of my followers and subscribers would actually be Gaeltacht people, because they were very early in the process. Yeah, of course. And I found that like I actually made another video about a Gaeltacht, like 5 things you need to go before you go to the Gaeltacht, because I was trying to bank off that again.
And how did that do?
It did okay. My channel was kind of going a little bit of a slump, and I hit that, and I hit sent watch time and kind of the average watch time up again, so which is good. People enjoyed it, but I did a promo. I did my first ever promo before my Lurgan video came out. I did a kind of a quick thing with the bass dropping and the whole thing going crazy. And I think that did help as well, because people were texting me like, "Come on, release it soon, release it soon." I was like, "No, it's coming at 6. It's Monday at 6. It's always my time." So like, but I don't know. I was I liked playing around with the marketing and stuff with that. I enjoyed that. But nothing's ever really taken off since. But again, like you said, I'm just kind of playing around, like, cause I
there's so much to that though as well. Because like if you're saying that you're showing it to like 600 people, then you've already got like the kind of like organically people who want to watch it. It's like, oh yeah, can I see that video? So like they're searching online, and then they might share it with someone. It's like, oh yeah, so this is a cool video that came out of our experience there. And that's what it was kind of like. So you have already like the sort of organic shareability there. But then also with Closh Lurgan sharing it. And what was that shared on?
Facebook.
On Facebook, Like YouTube loves when things are shared across platform. Like that all comes into the algorithm as well. If it gets on like a media outlet, if there's like external links to different places, YouTube will go, oh yeah, so this is something that's like, it will rank it better basically. So I'm not surprised at all to hear that you were getting like almost like 100 views on it every day after that, because YouTube was actually recommending it to people, because it thinks it's been told that it's good stuff.
Because I downloaded some add-on to Google as well. It's like, I don't know if you know about it, it's where you put in a search title on Google or YouTube, and it tells you how many times a month it's looked up or how much frequently it is looked up.
Google Trends.
Unreal.
I can send. I don't know anything about it.
The Chrome extension is what
it's some Chrome extension, but it's really like, it tells you how much revenue each search term bringing up, how much times a month. It's really. I've been playing around a little bit with that, and haven't fully figured it out. But I found that Closh Lurgan with no fada is getting searched way more. So I got rid of the fada just to try.
Cool.
And then I put Closh Lurgan 2018 Irish Gaeltacht, because I knew Gaeltacht would get searched. Because people searching Lurgan found, Gaeltacht found. You know what I mean? It was that was my thought process anyway. It seemed to work. It's still. But yeah, that's me. Just like I like marketing. Like I want to study commerce as well. Like that's kind of my background. So I've been enjoying kind of finding the process of trying to figure out stuff like that. It's kind of my own little kind of guinea pig. You know, I'm trying to play around and see what works, what doesn't.
I think we're all like that. To
Yeah.
an extent. It's always kind of.
It's really
testing.
interesting. Yeah.
Like even the videos themselves, you're kind of just. It's not maybe not even how you market it, but just like the video itself. How well does it lend to people marketing it themselves? Turning your fans into your marketers.
Like Emma Chamberlain's a great example of that. Like there's the tactical side of it, like the title tags, how the video is, and then there's people who are just like sharing is based on emotion.
Yeah.
Like Emma is so funny. Like little girls love her. I love her. Like I shared her to some of my friends. So if you get people really excited about your videos and you're just, and that's why Jackman blew up. I think over everything else it was that.
Well, it's that relatability, like we said.
Yeah.
Very relatable.
Yeah.
It's
just
like
so
every
funny.
sentence you kind of have that, oh, that's so true moment.
Yeah.
It's like, I like that is a part of my life. That was a part of my life. And for some reason that just seems to do really well in getting like younger people to share it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
People love relatability, as in he's talking about stuff, teenage stuff that, like, I'm a few years older, but still, like, you be, like, you know, getting a shift to the disco or whatever, you know, it's funny.
It's such an event.
Yeah.
And we've all been through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, some of us have been through.
Yeah.
But like he has a lot. Like to bring back to the college example, if like this spread is like everybody in Ireland, college makes up a certain subset of that.
Yeah.
But as you said, relatability spans across everyone.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
it's the reason why Lad Bible and you know fucking College Times and stuff like that.
Rory
That's
Stories
really
and like that, you know, the GA
Yeah,
ones,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the two
The
Johnnies,
GA
like
world,
they're going on tour now. I know they're doing some gig in Galway now. They're actually like selling tickets for it. And like it's mad how far they've actually come. You know, just by making funny GA videos. Like I wouldn't be really big into GA, so I wouldn't really have watched their stuff. But I know some of the lads that absolutely love it. They shared around, you know, and you know they've really hit the niche, the GA niche, and I think the two Johnnies and Rory Stories have really done that really, really well.
Yeah.
And they make careers out of it now. You know, they don't neither of them work. You know, like but it's really interesting to see that they've just taken, and is it like it's a limited niche at the same time, but like they've just hit it really well. You know.
Well, like there's no reason why. Like say for example, Rob Lipset, like fitness is a limited niche to some degree. Like fitness is not universal,
but it's global. As in, you know, with regards GA, it's just Ireland, and then maybe people have emigrated. Whereas you know, fitness is like every country. You know.
Point.
Because like you know, I'd say his subscriber base is so mixed. I thought his base was mainly Ireland, but when I speak to people, good people don't know who he is. I think he's
Rory Stories.
No, Rob Lipset.
Oh, Rob Lipset.
Yeah,
I don't know who he is.
No, I think his demographic is mainly like young lads who are into the gym.
Yeah.
That's it. Like not too many girls.
No.
Like a few, obviously.
I think his Instagram would probably be higher than the girls.
It'd be interesting to know. We don't really know until we see the analytics. But,
Yeah, it would be interesting to see.
Rob, if you want to see the analytics, just let us know.
Send it on.
Yeah.
But no, it's interesting because Rob's the first ever Irish YouTuber I ever watched. I didn't know about the Irish YouTube scene at all until I started watching him. And we're talking so I started doing kind of fitness and got into that like after 30. So we're talking about 2.5 years ago. I had no idea about the Irish YouTube scene.
Did you not know about like even the real original Irish people like Claire? No, like even before
I've heard of her,
yeah.
I've only found her lately. I like as I'm talking the last 2 weeks I found Claire. I didn't.
She's like OG Irish YouTuber.
But like I think the fact that I was actually looking.
Do you know Claire?
She, but like I wouldn't have watched her.
No, neither did I. But I knew of her.
I know it. I wouldn't have known who she was. I would have.
She was like the ambassador for Ireland. Like YouTube's ambassador or something like that. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I think the fact that I was looking into fitness videos, so I stumbled upon this guy from Ireland, and I was like, oh, this is cool. So I started watching him, and then it wasn't until I actually started in May when I actually found the full Irish YouTube scene. As in, I might have watched the odd video here and there, but I wouldn't have really known who they were.
But to be honest, it wasn't. We've said this so many times. Like a year ago, there was no Irish scene.
There was no scene. Glenn Gillen hadn't blown up. Cal hadn't blown up. Sean hadn't blown up. I had fucking nothing. Like nobody had you had actually dropped a couple of viral ones. Like Dara was leading the pack about like at one point.
I suppose it was a year. No, alright, 7 months ago was when I started doing well.
Yeah. But like there was probably a few people who had a lot of subscribers, but there was no integrative.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what? The only people like of that was kind of like the Facts channel. So you know the Facts channel.
I do.
It's like those guys were always collaborating with each other, and to be honest, they still do really well.
Yeah.
Like just on their personal channels, they pull in a lot of views. So I think they were kind of the only people that really like were sort of cohesive and had some sort of like that you could call the Irish scene.
Yeah.
And then Facts died, and now you actually have them going harder at the content, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
You know, so there's that sort of group somewhere in Ireland, and now there's this new one kind of emerging, which is really cool.
I think it's really good what Cal and Sean did with their guards. They did the meetup, as in they got a load of us to come up to Dublin. It was about a month and a half ago. Yeah. And I that was the first time me meeting a lot of them. I had not met half those people. Like I would have heard of a couple and maybe DM'd a couple of them on Instagram or whatever, but I would have met a lot of them. And then through that then we started building connections, and then it started becoming a group on Instagram, and now everyone kind of knows each other. You know, kind of, you know, it's all kind of growing organically. You know, but I think Cal and Sean did play a big part in trying to get a lot of the smaller ones that were only just starting.
Is that you, Morgan? No. Oh, it's Maria. Hi, bye, Maria. I love you. Spanish. I don't understand how things are. Oh, you're back. Okay, I thought it was Morgan. No. Bye.
But yeah, it's only since I actually started getting myself that like then I started, like you said, there wasn't really a scene a year ago, so I was only I stumbled in, like literally I was watching a Gary Vee video and he went at 6 o'clock. We'll finish this up. But he went, you've access to the whole entire world in your pocket, why the hell aren't you using it? Yeah. And I decided to pick up my camera and go, I'm going to start making videos. And now that was May, and it's now November 2nd, and look at you now. Sims like the big one. Yeah, so I think I'd wrap it up because I'm going to miss my train otherwise. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll put all their channels down below, and yeah, we will see you next month. Good night, live.
That sounds like an RTE. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Yeah. No, Good night relives at the end of all my content because a bit of Irish and everything. Just
very good, very good. Top fella, top boy.
Oh fuck, okay. Now we need to
talk to you, boy.
So, well, I'm actually